The coronavirus disease has severely disrupted economies and the labour market, especially hitting the youth employment. Now, various restrictions and lockdown impositions forced businesses to shut down, cut down their operations, which directly and severely impacted the workers. Now, a recent data that was released by Centre for Monitoring Indian Economy, which is a private think tank, it said that 50 lakh people lost their jobs in the month of July, taking the total tally of people who lost their jobs ever since April to 1.89 crores. Now, on a net basis, around 1.77 crore jobs were lost in April. That includes 40 lakh jobs that were lost in May and June, along with 50 lakh jobs in the month of July. So by July, the losses had swelled to 1.89. However, the numbers are lower than what the think tank had forecast. Now, the data report of overall improvement in the employment area ever since April, but it also mentions the issue of ballooning numbers of job loss in the salaried segment as a source of worry, terming the recovery in the job scenario as the most difficult. Now, the report raises concerns over India's economic recovery as factors like GDP, industrial activities, and inflation continue to remain grim. As the nation had started unlocking in a phased manner from June, some of the people got back to work, but the recovery rate was largely seen in informal jobs than the salaried segment. Now let's have a look at another data which was released by the Asian Development Bank and the International Labour Organization. Now, according to the estimated data, job losses among youth in Asia and Pacific region would reach to 14.8 million in 2020 in 13 countries under the 6-month containment zone, which also includes India. Of the 14.8 million, 6.1 million, which is 61 lakh Indian youth in the 15 to 24 age group, are likely to lose their jobs in 2020 if India takes 6 months ending September to contain the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, this will be around 40% of the total job losses in the Asia-Pacific region. This means 1 in every 3 people of a working age will be without a job. The report also said the youth unemployment rate in India may touch 32.5%, the third highest unemployment rate predicted among these 13 countries after Sri Lanka and Fiji. A longer containment period will naturally result in higher job losses. Now, youth will be hit harder than adults in immediate crisis and will also bear higher longer-term economic and social costs. Before the outbreak, young people were already facing challenges in the labour market, but the COVID-19 crisis has created, and I quote, a lockdown generation that will feel the weight of this crisis for a very long period of time. Young people face higher rates of unemployment than adults, regardless of the business cycle. Youth are also more likely than adults to work in a less secure and lower wage employment scenarios. These estimates are based on expected fallout in output and consequent decrease in labour demand for the year. Now, the report also laid down several measures that governments can take to curb the youth employment crisis, starting from to introduce comprehensive labour market policies that shall include wage employment subsidies and public employment programs, to expand job information and employment services targeted to youth job seekers. The third is to increase funds for upskilling and reskilling, especially in growth sectors, and then support young entrepreneurs and focus on demand-driven skill development.